What up, everybody? Welcome to another show, man. It's Tuesday, NBA Talk with Jay, man. We got our guy Skee Profit here with us, the $2 handicapper at Wage Talk, and we also have our guy Andy Lang as well, man, the prop guide over here, trying to get some cash every Tuesday, guys. If you like the show, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff as well. Skee, how you doing today, my brother? Everything cool with you? Like you finna go on an interview, my guy.
I know it's usually t-shirts or hoodies and shit with me, but just decided to put on a shirt today. That's all. I'm doing all right. I've won 8 of my last 10 days. Yesterday was a losing day though, so looking to bounce back here, and it's quite a bit that I like on the card. So looking forward to talking it out with you guys. And we got the prop guy down there. I can lead the props to him today.
Yes, sir. Yeah, let's talk it out. What's up with you, Andy? Everything cool with you, my brother?
Yeah, going good. Had a good day yesterday on a really nice run in the NBA. NHL is going well. For me, golf is going well, and we have a huge event with plays that are up. So all sports going pretty well. Excited to be on with you guys.
Let's do it. Let's do it, man. Yeah, it's all business on the show, man. So let's get some cash. Like I say, if you can't, guys in the chat, post your plays, size totals, props, whatever, man. We all trying to get some cash together. It's us against the bookies. We're going to break down these 7, 8 games and try to get to some cash today, guys. First game up, we're going to the streets of Orlando here. We do have the Magic getting 2 points at the house versus the Bucks. This line was at 7.5 last night. Obviously, Giannis, and he was probable last night, probably out. Giannis out. We knew Drew was out already here. Skee, what do you think happens in this one? Can the Bucks still get it done without two of their big three in this one?
Well, I think they can. I feel like they've shown that they could play without Giannis a few times already. They are still a great defensive team, and yeah, I wouldn't be against playing that. I was looking more at the total. I did get in on this game. I was liking the under anyway. Just looking at what they've been doing the last 2 weeks, they combined to average less than the 230 that was offered when Giannis was in there. So I was on that. I know without Giannis, the under is 8-2. So I don't think I would shy away from it now that it's dropped a little bit to 226.5. In those games without Giannis, the average total was 221. And they averaged more like 218.5 or 219.5, somewhere around there. So I think the best bet in this game is for less points to be scored.
Yeah, I couldn't talk you off that, Andy. Obviously, the Magic can play some really good defense. Their offense can sputter sometimes. Andy, what you got some nice prop scores in this game, or how you looking in this one, my brother?
I like Markel Fultz over his 14.5. I mean, without Holiday, that perimeter defense all of a sudden gets, drastically worse. Looking at the starting lineups, it looks like Milwaukee's going with Carter and Grayson Allen, so that doesn't scare me. I would expect them to attack, from there. I mean, you got Lopez and Portis, Brooke Lopez, Defensive Player of the Year nominee, Jay. Him and Portis, looking at the inside, that's going to be tough going for Banchero and Carter inside possibly. So maybe Wagner, but I just really like the matchup for Fultz. You look at what he's done. He got 15 points against Portland, had a bad game against Charlotte, but he had 21 points against Milwaukee on March 1st. 14, 18, 14, 19, 18, 17. So he's been getting it done. Good matchup tonight. Give me Fultz over.
Yeah, I could not talk you off that. Yeah, I'd only look towards the Magic here, in my opinion. I don't want the Bucks without their guys. So I couldn't talk you off the under in that one, and I couldn't talk you off the Magic plus the two. They probably close as a favorite in this one, my guys. So that's the only way I'm looking at that one is Magic in that one, guys. So over here to the streets of Detroit, guys, we have the Pistons getting 8.5 points at the house versus the Washington Wizards in this one. Land 8.5 on the road. Total sitting at 224 in this one. Skee, you like anything in this spot?
No, not really, man. I'll just pass. I feel like we have a good amount of games here. I don't want to waste too much time. I don't like this game at all, out of all of them.
Yeah, a couple of huge question marks as well, Andy. With Andy, you're not playing in the game with Kuzma and Monte Morris, which we know Morris is likely out. Kuzma could play. The Wizards do have a game tomorrow in Atlanta. Andy, any looks on this game?
If you're playing anything, it's probably Porzingis over his points with no Kuzma in there, and Detroit can't stop anybody inside these days. But I'm a Skee pass. Much better props, much better bets on this card. This game's trash.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I need to know if Kuzma's playing. This line is shot up. It was at 6 last night. So, I mean, if you got the Wizards last night at -6, couldn't talk you off. Up to 8.5, 9 now. It's too rich for my blood. I know I'm not betting the Pistons, though. This team does not want to win games right now, guys. So, probably won't be looking towards the Pistons for the rest of the year unless maybe they're getting 11 to 12 points as a home dog or something in a good spot with the rest advantage. But here they're at the rest disadvantage on a back-to-back. They're resting players. Like I said, they're just not playing winning basketball right now. I do know that they are trying to play a little defense defense, though. So maybe look towards the under, but just not a game that I'm super interested in, guys. Let's go over here to the streets of Minnesota here. We have the Wolves laying 2 points at the house versus the Philadelphia 76ers. In this one, this line was at +1.5 last night for the Sixers. Now moved to the Wolves, laying the 2. Over and under sitting at 229 in this one, Skee. You liking some here?
Well, I would just think that, the line is moving for the reason being Embiid is not going to play, right? When he's not playing back-to-backs. I know he mentioned he wanted to try to test it out and see how he could do before next season, but why would you risk it with a player of his caliber with, his history? So if you don't have Embiid out there, Minnesota at home, I just think I would rather trust him a little bit more than Sixers on the road. So lean Timberwolves. Is it in my pocket? No.
Got you. What you think, Andy? The line has flipped since last night. Timberwolves are favored now. 5th game in 7 nights for the Sixers, all on the road. Do you think they run out of gas here versus the Timberwolves?
Yeah, I actually got a client best bet up that I'll give out at the end of the show in this game. But I'm a Skee. I lean that Embiid is going to be out, which is strange because they actually have his player prop numbers out. But if he's out, I think if we want to play it right now, you can get Rudy Gobert over 11.5 rebounds at even money. That's not a great bet if Embiid does play, but if Embiid is out, Gobert should fly over this. He's had 14 against the Sacramento Kings and against the Lakers. So no Embiid, that means Gobert should gobble up as many rebounds as possible. I guess you can wait, but if you want to roll the dice, you're getting a great price on that prop right now.
Yeah, that's a good point right there. You got something else on this one, Skee?
Well, I'm just looking. The last 2 weeks, they are combined 8-3 to the under, and neither one of their games have been combining to average the 229 that we're looking at today. So that just makes me want to try and find reasons to back the under in this one.
Yeah, no, that's a good point there. Yeah, I could see a few guys possibly resting for the Sixers, just not the best of spots. But like I said on the last night's show, man, the Wolves, I don't know why, but they kind of play down to their competition. So if the Sixers did rest a couple guys, I'd be a little scared. The Wolves kind of come into these kind of games thinking that shit's easy. They are in the playoff push, though, but conventional wisdom would just tell us to fade the team here. 4th game in 6 nights, back-to-back, 3rd game in 4 nights, and 5th game in 7. You usually want to fade those teams, Skee. I know you know, but 2 years ago, this is a spot that I'd be heavy on the Wolves. Just this year, for whatever reason, these teams with the rest advantage have not been performing well, guys. So for whatever reason, it's actually really backwards. Sixers are supposed to run out of gas in this one, guys. That's what's supposed to happen. So I would lean the Wolves. -2. It was at +1.5 last night, guys. Let's go over here to the streets of New York here, guys. We have the Knicks laying 10 points at the house versus the Charlotte Hornets in this one. Over and under sitting at 226 in this one, Skee. You think the Knicks keep the hot streak going, laying the 10 points tonight versus the trash Charlotte Hornets, my guy?
I do. I mean, they've been playing some tough games lately, but I just think this Hornets team is that bad right now. They haven't been good all year, but especially since LaMelo's went down. And I'm going to look specifically in the first half. We know how great the Knicks have been. You can go back a couple of years, I think. I know last year for sure. This year, they're 44-20. They're 24-8 in the first half at home against the spread. And I just want to compare. I think the thing that stands out to me most is since LaMelo's been out, which is the last 3 games, Hornets are -20.3 first half margin compared to the Knicks, who are +10.7. I mean, you can look at all season long. If you want to look at the home road splits, anything of that nature, it lines up for the Knicks first half. I've been playing it damn near every game, and it's been pretty good to me. So -6, I think they could be up by 10 at least in the first half versus poor Charlotte team.
Yeah, it's a good point there, Andy. Knicks have been covering the first half basically all season, especially at the house here. Do you think this is another spot where we just take the Knicks, fade the Hornets while backing the Knicks at the same time? Obviously, we know the Knicks are red hot right now, Andy.
Yeah, you're not betting on the Hornets. I agree with Skee. Another way I looked at it is just take the under for the game, 226. I mean, look at these point totals that Charlotte is putting up. I mean, 86, 91. I mean, they are really struggling just to get to 100 points. So if this game does turn into a blowout, they could pull the dogs off in the second half. Player prop I really like is Mitchell Robinson over 11.5 rebounds. This Charlotte team cannot rebound. Last 3 games, Ayton had a huge game. He had 16 rebounds. Claxton had 12 rebounds, despite the fact he doesn't really play in the fourth quarter. So Robinson had 14 in that double overtime game against Boston. So yeah, Charlotte just doesn't can't protect the paint. They don't have anybody to bang around with Robinson. And if Charlotte continues shooting that bad, there's going to be plenty of rebound opportunities. So Mitchell Robinson over rebounds, 11.5 is good look in this one.
Yeah, that's a good look.
Can I ask
we
you,
know
Andy?
going.
Yeah.
By chance, did you see a double-double number on him?
Ooh, that's a good one. I am going to look up double-double right here and see if we do have.
Because I'm interested now that you mentioned it.
Like, minus 105 for Mitchell Robinson to have a double-double. That's a great look because then you only need 10. If you get 10 to 11 and then he gets the double-double, it's minus 105. I think that's a really, really good look to get a inexpensive price on the rebounds there.
That's a good look there, man. They saying my guy Matt Stoney in chat saying Mark Williams double worth the look as well, man. We know he's basically like one of the only bigs, especially like the bigs that gives out positive production. Let's put it that way, man, for the Hornets over there. So I'll be honest, I wish that this was any other team than the Hornets in this spot. I don't think this is a great spot to be laying double digits with the Knicks, especially if Jalen Brunson is out. I don't like the spot for him. Coming off two close games, a double overtime game, only 1 day of rest, and then they head out on the West Coast for 4 games right after this game as well. So somewhat of a one-off at the house. The Knicks are red hot. I'm not looking towards backing the Hornets, but I must say if it was a more formidable team, I would be looking towards fading the Knicks here, but I will not be going anywhere near that Hornets team. Sometimes the best bet for me personally is just to stay off the game. That's what I'm doing in this one, guys. So over here to the streets of Oklahoma City here, we have the Thunder getting 4 points at the house versus the Warriors. Basically same line. This line has not moved whatsoever since last night with all the money coming in on the Warriors. I know me personally, it's still Warriors are none for me here, Skee, but it's another game that I'm not betting. The Warriors have basically owned the Thunder, going 8-1-1 against the spread over the last 10 games. I believe they've won 9 straight versus the Thunder as well. Skee, do you think the Thunder finally get a win over the Warriors, or do the Warriors finally get a win on the road? They are the worst ATS team on the road this season.
Yeah, they are. And a lot of it's been because they haven't been playing, defense on the road all year. They've been allowing teams, 123.2 points per game on the road. So I just can't help but think this is a Warriors team who's 3 games above 500, who's really needing to make a push. They're healthier now. I think they start to turn that road record around, at least for the rest of the season. And when they see teams like this that they're supposed to beat, I think they're going to take advantage. I didn't play the side. I like the total a little bit better. But to answer your question, I think the Warriors can win and cover this game. And if they're going to do it, I think it continues to be with the defense. They're number 1 defensive rated team post All-Star break. They are 7-0 to the under the last 2 weeks. And if you look at what both of these teams are combining in the average the last 2 weeks, is 228.7. And I know a lot of those games are really probably all of them have been without Steph, except for the last one. But I'm looking at what they average with and without. It's a 9-point difference. If you add 9 points to the number I just said, it's about 237. It's still under this 240 number that we're looking at, or 242 and a half number that we're looking at today. And I know they've gone over it the 2 times they've played, but I think, down the stretch of the season, kind of like I mentioned with the side for Golden State, teams know they got to win some of these games, and they're going to bring it more defensively than they care to even try in the beginning of the year. So non-division games with a total of 240 or more, they are 23-2 to the under going back to January 18th. And the Thunder facing an opponent that they got blown out by, and this time when I'm saying that is by 20 points or more, they've went under the last 8 times. They try to bring a little bit more defense the next time they see those teams. So under 242 and a half, I think it's just a little bit too high this time around.
You can't spell thunder without the under, my guy. And I want to mention something as well, guys. Always make sure you're shopping for the best line. Someone in chat did say you could find a Mitchell Robinson double plus 110 out there, guys. So shop around. Always trying to get the best of line, man. That's if you're capable of having multiple sports books. Andy, any props to look at in this game, I've got my guy?
Oh man, there are a ton of props to look at with some great trends. I know the Warriors are 0-10 covering the spread in the first quarter in their last 10 games, so they don't get off to really good starts. But player props, I like Jordan Poole under 19.5 points with Steph back. Now he goes to the bench. He was 3 of 11 the other night from the field, only 10 points, and then only 18 points the game before. 5 out of 7 games he's gone under that. However, look at Jordan Poole's assists. They have his assists at 3.5. It's only minus 125. This guy has been an over machine on the assist. He's gone over this in 11 out of 12 games. So 4-7. He had the 3 against the Clippers, but then 6-4, 8-4, 6-4, 6. He's flying over this total. So you might look at Poole over his assists. And the other guy that's on a streak over his assists is Klay Thompson. His is 2.5, and you can get that at plus 115. He's hit that 5 games in a row. So maybe with Steph there, a couple, these guys may grab a couple of extra assists with, Steph coming off of screens or getting some open looks. But Poole under, and then I'll be looking at Poole and Klay over their assists.
Could not talk you off. Yeah, super tough game for me. In theory, both teams still have to play something to play for. If I had a free bet on this game, I would take the Warriors, but Thunder still not. They still have, in theory, an outside chance of making the playoffs. I'm not betting this game, man. This is 6 straight home game for the Thunder, guys. So I'll be honest, they do have the advantage when in the first quarter and first half, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Warriors came out of the locker room and do what they do, come out hot in the third quarter, in the fourth quarter as well, and end up closing the game. So that's how I see this game playing out. Thunder coming out with some first quarter, first half, where they have the major advantage, then the Warriors clean them up, go make the second half adjustments as well, and start driving to the paint. I always say you can get whatever you want versus the Thunder down low, guys. So it's not a game that I bet, but would be looking at Thunder first quarter, first half, and then the Warriors in the full game. That's just how I would bet it, guys. I actually couldn't talk you off that Thunder Thunder halftime, Warriors full time. That should be usually like that's be around somewhere plus 500, Skee. But what else you got?
I used to do them halftime, full time props quite a bit. If you get you a nice plus 500 and you see it playing out that way, go ahead and take advantage. I was just gonna say I was waiting to see if Andy mentioned it, but he didn't, so I'll say it. Draymond over 14.5 rebounds plus assists. He's averaging like 15.4, and that's versus bottom 10 rebounding teams out of like 21 games. So I like him over that 14.5 number tonight.
I like it, my guy. I couldn't talk y'all. He got one over on you there, Andy. He's like, hey, let's go over here to the streets of Houston here, guys. Got the Rockets getting 6 points at the house versus the Brooklyn Nets. This line was like 9 last night. I'm gonna stop talking about these tanking teams on the show, guys. I have absolute no interest in this game. So I hope you guys have some props or side, Skee. But I know it's real simple. It's either I'm taking the Nets, I'm fading the Rockets, or I'm staying off the game. And I have no interest in that game. What do you think about some overs here, Skee?
Well, I'll tell you, I don't really care about this game too much either. But there's a player that I care about. I'm gonna go with Şengün on his double-double. It was plus 134 when I took it. And he's averaging a double-double versus bottom 10 rebounding team, 17.2 points per game, 10.4 rebounds. And this Brooklyn team has been giving it up. They're the third worst rebounding team post All-Star break. And just looking at some of the people they've been playing lately, I mean, Mark Williams had a double-double, Jason Tatum, Mitchell Robinson, Giannis. Only person last 5 games who didn't was Capella, and he played less than 20 minutes. So I think Şengün at plus 134 is worth a shot to get a double-double tonight.
What do you think about that, Andy?
Yeah, Şengün, one of his problems that he can have is a guy gets in foul trouble quite a bit. So if he stays out of foul trouble, he's going to get a lot of minutes, and he should easily get a double-double. If you've been following my plays on Wager Talk, we've been riding the Nick Claxton under points, rebounds, and assist train for a long time. I wouldn't take it tonight. It's 22.5. It was 25.5 last game. So they've lowered this to 22.5. He's getting a ton of rebounds because he's the only big guy there on that team. Mm-hmm. So he got dangerously close to going over in the last game. One thing that helps his unders is he doesn't play in the fourth quarter a whole lot because he can't shoot free throws. So they just take him out of the game. Against this Houston team, though, I wouldn't take an under on Claxton. I think this could be the game where he breaks the streak. I mean, he's not going to go under forever. So this is one where I would stay away from Claxton. I agree with Şengün, though. Hopefully he stays out of foul trouble. Other than that, siding the total, no, I want nothing to do with this game.
Hey, sometimes you got to notice where it's time. Andy, like, man, look, he kind of teetering going over. I'm staying off it this time, man. Shit, he almost got over it last time. So that's a good look, Andy. Sometimes, I mean, we like to take things blindly sometimes, but you do have to know when to, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's not always the best. You always have to look into a game deeper and don't just take things blindly. That's a real message there. But my leans in this game would be Nets on the team totals, man. I don't want to back them on the spread. I mean, I'd lean Nets still, even with the line coming down. I'm not looking towards backing the Rockets. Not scared of them. I mean, they coming off back-to-back wins. Those versus the Spurs, though, right? Now they probably want to get back to their tanking ways. So rather even betting aside in this one, I do lean Nets early and often. I'd be looking at Nets team total overs in this one, guys. We know the Rockets don't really play a championship style of defense. It's kind of like a pickup game out there. The Nets, they have a ton of wings. They can score the ball as well, man. Cam Johnson hitting threes, Mikal Bridges. This is a game where Dinwiddie can do whatever the hell he wants as well. Claxton could be a baller tonight, man. So I'd be looking at some Nets team total overs in this one, guys. That's the only way that I would bet this game. A couple more games here. Let's go over to the streets of Dallas. Got the Mavs laying 9. Man, I suggested last night at 6.5 was too short. We woke up this morning and there's 9s out there across the board, man. Not a bit surprised whatsoever, Skee. Mavs up to 9 here, laying versus the Jazz. You like anything here?
Were you thinking maybe Luka's going to be a little bit pissed here after that last game, or I'm curious how what your big angle is, because I didn't think too highly of this game. I would think more an overtime game.
Are that was my
okay. Well, this is what I'll say. Mavericks defense is ass. So if you got ass versus ass, and at least the teams can score, Utah's going to push the pace. I don't see anybody stopping anybody. So why don't we play the game over? It's 238 for a reason, right?
Hey, take the over, my guy. I couldn't talk you off, but yeah, this is a game where I don't like that the Mavs have a game tomorrow, to be honest with you here. But like I said, I'm not looking towards taking the Jazz for the rest of the season, guys. Any way, shape, form, or fashion. I did say that Kessler was questionable as well here, Andy. Lauri Markkanen coming back. So if you do like the over, in my opinion, the Jazz don't have a lot of scorers, Skee. They have Lauri Markkanen. If you like the over in this game, take Lauri Markkanen props, or maybe Clarkson threes or something like that. Other than that, the Jazz do not have a ton of scoring options where they can really even take advantage of a bad Mavs defense. So actually wouldn't be surprised if the Jazz went under their team total in this one, Andy. You like anything here?
I mean, there are just so many stats highlighting how horrific the defense is probably going to be in this game. Utah hasn't held a team under 114 points on the road in 2023. That's how bad their road defense is. Dallas, I mean, they're 7-3 to the over in their team total, 6-4 to the over their last 10 games. Prop wise, I think you go back to Kyrie Irving over his points, rebounds, and assists at 36.5. He's gone over in 7 out of 10 games with Dallas, flown over his last 2 games, 41 and 50 PRA. And Dallas, I mean, they can't be screwing around anymore. They got to hammer these teams and they got to come out with these wins. They can't be losing by 4 points to Phoenix and then, giving away these games to Utah or some of these other ones. So I think you got to get a full effort from Dallas tonight, and I think Kyrie gets over his PRA.
Yeah, I like it, Andy. Couldn't talk you off that. Kyrie and Luka could probably do whatever the hell they want here. It's also the 6th straight home game for the Mavs, so they do go out on a little mini road trip versus New Orleans and Memphis the next couple games. But when you're on a 6th straight home stand, you do have the advantage here coming in early in this one, guys. And like I say, what are the Jazz shown us here lately? Maybe they don't necessarily want to win games, man. So I'd still lean the Mavs here early and often, but I must say the line, it was at 6.5 last night, up to 9 now. I mean, it's pretty high, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Mavs got up by 10 in the first quarter and didn't look back versus this Jazz team, my guys. So that's the way I'd be looking at that with Mavs early and often. Last game up. Let's go over to the streets of LA here, guys. My only play of the day. Give me the Lakers here. I did take them last night at -1.5, -2. I still like the +1. Obviously, I think the Lakers are winning this game, and I actually like that the line is flipping, going to the Grizzlies, money coming in on the Grizzlies, because I'll be honest, Skee, too many people, I feel like initially it seemed like too many people's going to be on the Lakers here. Now they've chosen a side, and it's the Grizzlies. So I'm loving it that the Lakers are actually the contrarian look. Give me the Lakers here +1. They will win this game. Skee, how you looking at this one?
Yeah, I
know
Lakers.
You're with me.
I like the Lakers. Hey, this is how I feel too, though.
Now, where the fucking hoodie at? Skee,
I can't wear it every day. Russell, he's upgraded to game time, but I don't think he's gonna play, and I don't want him to play really, just because I think they can win without him. I feel like he'll come in and maybe mess up what they got going, especially defensively. I think the Lakers can. I mean, in that first half of the last game, I don't think Memphis touched 50 points. It was really that third quarter, and it was all Ja Morant. No Ja Morant tonight. Steven Adams does a lot for that offense. Also, is on the offensive boards. So I just think you're missing too much offense for this Memphis team. And the identity for the Lakers since the trade deadline has been defense. Vandy, whoever is hot, just put him on them, and the rest of the team, they'll be able to hold their weight. So I like the Lakers. They win this game. They're in the 9th spot in the play-in tournament. They just got to hold it down. Anthony Davis has been playing good lately. He's had 30 balls, I think, the last couple, and he's been doing a little bit more playmaking, and I'm liking that. Like, they're having a little 2-man game between him and Malik Beasley, and it's working. I'm loving what I'm seeing. So I think the Lakers get the job done here tonight versus a shorthanded Memphis team. I'm with you, Jay.
Let's cash, man. The Lakers will keep it going tonight. Andy, you like any props in this game, my brother? You looking at some Tyus Jones props or something? Obviously, he's had the ball in his hands a ton. What you look at in this one, Andy?
Yeah, Tyus has been a really good one. I would look at maybe possibly some Malik Beasley PRA props. If you're interested in that, it's square and it's obvious, but I mean, Anthony Davis, when he's healthy, is just incredible. His points is 28.5. This is a guy coming off of 38 and 39 point games. Maybe sometimes it's, don't overthink it and just roll with Anthony Davis, who's, the clear cut going to be the best player on the court tonight. And, he's going to be the Lakers' #1 option. They got to have this game. So, yeah, probably Davis, 28.5. I know it's an obvious play, but sometimes the obvious ones win.
Right there with you, man. Right there with you on Ned, my guy. Yeah, we need AD to go off in this one, man. Lakers for me, +1, my only bet of the day in this one, my guy. Let's get to some free picks in this one. Skee, I know that you're the $2 handicap over there at Wager Talk, my brother. Let the people know what you have going over there at Wager Talk and any best bets for the show, my brother.
Yeah, I have a good amount of plays today. I bet a little bit more volume in NBA than most. Like I said, won 8 of my last 10 days, so we'll try to pick it back up after a losing day yesterday. Best bets for the show. We will go with a couple. I'll do both of the props because I know I'm not stealing from Andy. We'll go Sengun double +134. We'll go Dre over 14.5 rebounds plus assists. And I'll just say this one because I don't think you should be scared after the line move. I did get Orlando and Milwaukee under 233.5, and it is currently at 227. I think it's still good. Without Giannis, like I said, the under is 8-2, and the average total was 221. So 3 plays for you right there. If you want the absolute best bet for the night, you can get it for $2 at wagertalk.com.
Got you. And we know Skee's riding with me as well with them Lake Show, my guy. But Andy, what you liking on tonight's card, my brother, and anything to promote over there at Wager Talk?
Yeah, go get Skee's 5% play, $2. It's a fantastic deal. Skee's been running really, really good in NBA, so definitely support him and go grab that play, add to the bankrolls. For me, NHL, golf, auto racing, all the sports you kind of know. But listen, I've played unders on this guy, and Jay, you talked about knowing to get off a guy's streak. This is Mike Conley. He went from an underplay to an overplay on the points, rebounds, and assists. I really like what he's done the last 2 games. And they had a few days break after the Clippers game, and we see what he's done the last 2 games where he's had 14 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. So there's 23 PRA. And then against Sacramento, had a great night shooting, had 24 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and the books have his PRA at 20.5. This is a Philadelphia 76ers team that is horrible against guards. We saw Halliburton and Hield torch them last night. It's a really, really bad, defense on the perimeter. And if Melton is going to be on anybody, if he's playing tonight, it's going to be on Anthony Edwards. I think Conley's going to get as many open shots as he wants. I think he's going to be a nice facilitator. We'll see his role slowly increasing with Minnesota. He's fitting in. We played his under quite a bit, but now it's time to take Conley on the over. I think we got a few games windows before the books adjust and raise this up to 23 or 24.5. Give me Conley, best bet today, and that's a client play.
I like it, man. We appreciate that as well, Andy, man. Let's get some cash. Only one play for me today, guys. Give me the Lakers +1. I am leaning a lot of things. I might do a later show. I usually throughout the day, I kind of, think about some games more often as well. So I might do an NBA game time show as well today. If not, I'll just post them in the community chat. But only thing for me right now is Lakers money line +1, however you want to call it. I did take the -2 last night, guys. So I need the Lakers to win this game by margin, and I think they will, man. We appreciate everybody for tuning into the show. 648 people watching live. If you can, hit the like button. If you really do like the show, why wouldn't you hit the like button? Subscribe to the channel as well. Couldn't talk you off joining as a member as well, man. Getting on those night shows, man. Some early looks, my guys. It's Us Against the Bookies. Let's get some cash. We will win today. We're back tomorrow. We're out, my guys. Have a great one.